Good morning and welcome everyone to the 2021 United Way of West Florida annual meeting. I'm Amy Miller, Deputy City Administrator for the City of Pensacola and Chair of the United Way of West Florida Board of Directors. Thank you for taking time to join us this morning. Of course, we had hoped to be together in person this year, but with COVID-19 and the Delta variant continuing to grip not only our community but the world, we felt it was important to err on the side of caution to keep our community safe. We're here today for three reasons. We want to highlight the work we've done over the past year. We want to acknowledge the exceptional businesses, partners, donors, and volunteers without whom our work would not be possible. And we want to provide you with an opportunity to learn about the impact that we have in our community and how you can get involved at a deeper level. To say the last 18 months have been challenging would be an understatement, to say the very least. But United Way of West Florida rose to the occasion, just as it has any time the going has gotten tough here in Northwest Florida for nearly a century now. COVID-19 related quarantines and business disruptions sparked a 300% increase in calls to our 211 community helpline. How did United Way respond? Every call was answered, even as our operators worked remotely with 211 lines forwarded to their cell phones. And because of their extraordinary dedication, thousands of area citizens experiencing hard times were connected with resources that could help. Hurricane Sally made landfall just west of us last September 16th, bringing widespread wind damage, storm surge flooding, and 20 inches of rain to our area. How did United Way respond? We maintained a presence in the Escambia County Emergency Operations Center, provided support to BRACE, the Be Ready Alliance Coordinating for Emergencies in Escambia County, and the Unmet Needs Committee in Santa Rosa County, and 211 fielded even more calls for help. Over the last year, United Way of West Florida also managed two special relief funds, one for those needing help due to the impacts of COVID-19, and one for those whose homes were damaged or destroyed by Hurricane Sally. And in addition to all that, our dedicated staff and volunteers ran our normal annual community investment process, along with its primary funding source, fundraising campaigns at workplaces throughout the community. United Way responded, and so did you. Last year was also a stark reminder that not everyone's experiences in our community are the same, oftentimes influenced by skin color or socioeconomic situation. This year, the United Way of West Florida, along with local United Ways across the system, renewed their commitment to providing diverse, equitable, and inclusive workplaces and spaces for their employees and for their volunteers. The United Way of West Florida has also established a DEI task force to help ensure not only that we're meeting that objective, but that diversity, equity, and inclusion-related objectives and metrics are built in both to the programs we manage directly, as well as those funded through the community investment process. We believe the only way we're going to create an equitable community where all individuals and families thrive is to come together, to care for each other, and work together. It's in our name and it's in our credo, live united. How can you live united? At this time, I want to take a moment to thank our outgoing chair of the board, Jack Lowry, for his leadership over the past 2 years, in particular during the worst of the pandemic and through the hurricane. Jack, thank you so much. I've got some big shoes to fill, but I'm going to do my best. I also want to thank Saltmarsh Cleveland & Gunn for hosting us today, and their lead IT consultant extraordinaire, Cedric Dury, for helping making today's virtual annual meeting possible. And now I'd like to turn the program over to the President and CEO of the United Way of West Florida, Laura Gilliam.
Thank you, Amy. We look forward to your leadership over the next 2 years as board chair, and we are so grateful for your continued advocacy for United Way of West Florida. Every day, United Way of West Florida fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. We never do this by ourselves. especially when faced with a pandemic, civil unrest, and natural disasters like what we experienced in 2020. Challenges like these, as well as those we encounter during a normal year, require us all to work together. Nonprofits, local government, businesses, educational institutions, and volunteers. Together, we meet these challenges and we create change that improves the lives of people in our community. Change like creating more equitable processes, connecting people in need with resources that can help them, restoring a hurricane survivor's home, improving early literacy skills so children are ready for kindergarten, and providing nutritious food and socialization to older adults. We thank each of you for your role in caring for our community in 2020 and in 2021. As we find ourselves in another season of uncertainty because of COVID-19, I want to take a moment to offer a special recognition and thank you to our healthcare providers and workers. You have shouldered an incredible burden this past year and a half, and just when you thought you could put that burden down, this recent surge has placed it back on your shoulders. Please know that we support you and are here for you. The staff and board at United Way of West Florida are so very grateful for your resilience and your commitment to caring for our community and keeping us safe. Today's annual meeting is a celebration of your support of our work, whether you're a donor, a volunteer, a community investment panelist, a certified agency, or a board member. Your combined efforts this past year helped us raise money for 2 relief funds and our annual campaign. You volunteered for VITA, our volunteer income tax assistance program. You've been a host site for Vistas. You supported Stuff the Bus and Virtual Day of Caring, and you helped spread the word about 211. This past year, I've used the words pivot, flexible, and making this up as we go along more than ever before in my life. But for United Way, that is the hallmark of who we are. We have a long history of being innovators and of responding to the immediate and changing needs of our community. United Way works to create long-term solutions to community problems through investments, connecting people with resources, implementing programs, and participating in partnerships. With you, this is how we build a strong community for everyone. We absolutely could not do what we do without our volunteers. One of the most difficult yet fulfilling volunteer roles is that of community investment panelist. These volunteers spend from March until June reviewing applications, listening to oral presentations, deliberating, and making funding recommendations. This is time-consuming, but each year our volunteers take this process very seriously since it involves the investment of donor dollars into programs that are impacting our community. We are thankful that they chose to serve United Way of West Florida and our region this way. As a result of this community investment process, $700,000 is being invested in 31 programs serving Santa Rosa and Escambia counties over the next year. Undesignated donor dollars are distributed through this competitive grants process. These funded programs serve children through seniors with programming that ranges from emergency assistance to mentorship to job skills training and more. United Way of West Florida has maintained a strong community presence in large part because of strong volunteer leadership. This year, we are proud to welcome 3 new members to United Way of West Florida's board, Dr. Jessica Griffin, Larry Herringer, and Tony Kisner. To our returning board members, thank you for your continued service and for your ongoing advocacy of United Way with our partners. Our outgoing member this year is Wes Hudgens. Wes served 6 very active years on the United Way of West Florida board. Wes is always all in, whether as the chair of the Community Investment Committee or the campaign chair. Thank you for your service, Wes, to United Way of West Florida and to our community. And thank you again, Jack Lowry, for serving as board chair these past 2 years. As Amy said, he has led us through some challenging times. Jack, who is the winner of last year's United Way Service Award, is truly Mr. United Way. He has a heart for service and this organization, and we were fortunate to have him lead the board. He stays on as immediate past chair, so we continue to benefit from his presence and his experience. I am so proud to work alongside an incredible team of staff members. Every day, they do their very best to serve the citizens of Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. As for most of you, this year has been a difficult one for our team members, but they have always maintained a laser focus on our mission. Thank you. And thank you again to Salt Marsh, Cleveland, and Gund for their generosity in hosting our annual meeting today. Every year, a host of sponsors and partners step forward to support our work. Our generous platinum, diamond, and gold sponsors help us fight for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in Santa Rosa and Escambia counties. These sponsors assist in raising funds, supporting our community-based activities and events, and they help us tell our story. As a sponsor, you make it possible for us to serve our community, and you change lives every day. Thank you. And now Bart Hudson, our Director of Development, will take us through some fundraising highlights from last year and recognize our top workplace campaigns.
Thank you, Laura, and good morning. It is my privilege to be a member of the United Way of West Florida team and this community. We have lived a year of change, challenge, learning, caring, and commitment. This has certainly been an extraordinary year in everyone's life. We have been turned upside down and forced to imagine and live a life so different from our normal that we sometimes can't recognize ourselves. Yes, we have been challenged this year, but I'm going to share with you this morning how we have met some of those challenges, persevered, and grown. United Way is built on one principle, that united we can help the most people with the collected resources of our community. That when we combine our efforts and our resources, align our focus on shared community goals, and work united, we can create a better community for all. We are so proud to partner with so many organizations, so many of you throughout our community, and we are incredibly grateful for your support. We simply cannot do the work without you. Our annual workplace campaign, the bedrock of the United Way system, unites individuals and companies from our entire community and gives employees an opportunity to donate, volunteer, and advocate for causes that they are passionate about. There are several groups that deserve our recognition for their extraordinary volunteerism and for supporting the work we do. This year, we rebranded the Campaign Advisory Cabinet to better reflect the overall direction of our fundraising strategy. The Development Advisory Council will take a holistic view of our fundraising efforts that will include our workplace campaigns, leadership giving, individual giving, and community fundraising events. This group historically works with our development team on issues and structure of the workplace campaigns. Their insight and knowledge of the nuances of the companies throughout our area is invaluable as we structure our work with their colleagues and others within the business community. This group, filled with bright, inventive minds and caring hearts, is the driving force behind our external fundraising. We are incredibly grateful for their help. We were disappointed this year that due to COVID restrictions, we had to pause our popular ambassador program. Typically, community-minded employers lend key personnel to UWWF to increase the capacity of our development team. Ambassadors receive monthly training to develop their leadership skills, professional network, and gain a deepened insight into our community's needs and resources. They also help us raise critical funds by supporting other companies with their workplace campaigns and fundraising efforts. We look forward to reconstituting the Ambassador Program when it is safe to do so. We hope those of you that are interested in this professional development opportunity will join us in working toward a community united. As I shared, the workplace campaign is the bedrock of the United Way effort. At every workplace campaign, you will find the heart and soul of the process, the campaign captain. This employee generously volunteers their time and energy to run their organization's annual campaign. Their role is to work alongside UWWF staff and volunteers to share our message with their colleagues and encourage them to give and help us build a healthier, stronger region. They are the critical link between United Way of West Florida and their company. Without the selfless volunteerism of all of these people, our impact would not be nearly as great. Thank you for everything you do. United Way has several donor networks. Some of these groups offer networking socials, volunteer opportunities, and exclusive events throughout the year for those looking to deepen their relationship with United Way and our community. These are some of our most generous donors, and they have so much fun along the way. Unfortunately, COVID has impacted these programs significantly. At some point soon, we will reconvene all of these groups. We do want to share that regardless of the dreaded pandemic and Hurricane Sally, 2020 did bring a fair share of activity. Our Red Feather Fellowship is an elite group of leadership donors. They demonstrate their commitment to building a stronger community by making an annual gift of $1,000 or more to United Way of West Florida. We are grateful that just over 300 donors, totaling more than $389,000, are members of Red Feather. Diamond donors are dedicated to helping Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. They have contributed to United Way for 25 years or more. There are 113 members in Diamond donors, and they contributed more than $106,000 in 2020. And our ALEXIS de Tocqueville Society is made up of our most generous philanthropists. Giving at the $10,000 level and above, they demonstrate deep commitment to making our two-county area a better place in which to live and work. These individuals and families are passionate about changing lives, and they are dedicated to bringing together the experience, expertise, and resources that get results. One of our signature programs is our partnership with Jessica Lee and Kia Autosport of Pensacola. This opportunity to win a Kia automobile provides an added incentive to give United. Those folks donating $250 or more are placed in a drawing for a vehicle provided by Kia Autosport of Pensacola. I am delighted to share that this year's winner is Leslie Mickles. Leslie is a longtime donor to United Way through her workplace campaign at Boys and Girls Club of the Emerald Coast, where she is Vice President of Financial Advancement. Leslie is a deserving winner. She gives selfishly of her time, talent, and resources to our community. We are excited to tell you that we will continue the Kia giveaway program into its 7th year. A big thank you to Jessica Lee and the wonderful people of Pensacola Autosport. We are deeply grateful to everyone who chooses United Way as their philanthropic partner. Our leadership donors inspire others to join them in providing hope to those who need it most. If you are a member of one of these donor networks, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your enthusiastic commitment to UWWF. I encourage all of you to follow us on social media or reach out to update your contact information so you are not missing out on information and invitations to events. Partnering with United Way is an effective way to help your company engage in the community, meet corporate social responsibility goals, and show your neighbors and your customers how much your company cares. There are so many ways to get involved. The 3 easiest ways are to give, advocate, and volunteer. Each year, we have well over 200 workplaces who choose to live united by hosting a workplace campaign. That means that employees have the opportunity to learn about the work of United Way and our nonprofit partner agencies as we fight for every person in Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Whether you are a small business or a major corporation or a nonprofit agency, you can join our fight to build a healthier, stronger region. If your company doesn't host a campaign, we would love to get you started. We have a big year ahead of us. We are still grappling with many challenges, and we need your help as we respond, recover, reimagine, and rebuild our community. We have all the tools and resources you need to run a virtual or in-person campaign, and you'll have the support from the United Way of West Florida team every step of the way. Our role is to make it easy for you and your colleagues to give back to the community that we all love. And you don't have to be part of a workplace to give. It really is as easy as visiting our website or texting United 850 to 41444. All workplace campaigns are special and vital to our work. I want to share the top 5 campaigns that stand out as leaders in our community. We are so proud to recognize these top 5 for their generosity in these trying times. Not only are their financial contributions imperative to our work, but these 5 companies and their employees provide tremendous support for our programs throughout the year. I will name these companies in descending order, but please know they collectively represent thousands of our neighbors helping neighbors. That is what is great about our community. We share our time and resources to help each other. I admire the philanthropy and community caring of the late George Jenkins, founder of Publix Supermarkets. Mr. Jenkins suggested that you cannot have a strong company without a strong community. These strong companies help to ensure we have a strong community. This last year has been exceedingly challenging for each of these companies, yet the employees rose to the challenge and provided much-needed resources to sustain and advance our work. Number 5, our 5th most generous workplace campaign is United Parcel Service. The people in Brown continue to bless us by delivering packages to our doors, but they also give to our community through their generous workplace campaign. They consistently place in the top 5 workplaces. Our 4th most generous workplace campaign is Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal is a force that continues to give in so many ways. They are such an important part of the fabric of our community. They clearly understand what community partner means. We are grateful for the support of this great company and the many lives they impact. Our 3rd most generous workplace, Ascend Performance Materials. Our friends at Ascend have again stepped forward in their support. Even during these trying times, the people of Ascend recognize the need in our community and challenged themselves and each other to do their part to close the gap. Our 2nd most generous workplace campaign is Gulf Power. Whether it is the campaign, disaster relief, or volunteering, the people of Gulf Power are committed to our community. They step forward at every turn to ensure that this area is safe, needs are met, and we have resources to help those that are suffering. You see their impact throughout our community. With tremendous gratitude, I want to announce that our number 1 most generous workplace campaign is once again Publix Supermarkets. United Way Giving is so much a part of Publix that they have the distinction as a regional company of being the largest donor to United Way worldwide. Since its inception, Publix has instilled in its associates that they are part of the community and share the responsibility to ensure its success. They fulfill that charge every day. There are over 100 leadership gifts within the ranks of Publix associates. A huge thank you to all the people of Publix supermarkets for your generosity. Your extraordinary support makes our community so much better. Perhaps you have heard me say the words community and grateful too many times this morning, but these two words define us. We are grateful. We are a grateful community for many reasons. Grateful that we live in such an extraordinarily beautiful place. Grateful that it is not lost on any of us that there are many of our neighbors that are struggling with myriad issues. Grateful that there are those among us that step up time after time to work toward the health, education, and financial stability of all within our community. Together, we are building a stronger, better, and healthier place for everyone to call home. We're looking forward to this next year. It too will be challenging, but we have learned so much. We will kick off our 2021-2022 workplace campaign on September 14th. As we planned last year, this will be a virtual kickoff, but we are hopeful to have an in-person component. We will keep you posted. What we know is that all of us must work toward closing the gap between need and resources. With your help, this year and next, we get closer to the goal. As always, we must live united in our efforts. We're on a mission to build a stronger region, a region where all our children have the opportunity to learn and thrive, where families are financially secure, and where people can live their lives to the fullest because they have the good health to do so, today and for generations to come. With you as our partner, I know we can make this vision a reality. This is where our community will shine. Thank you for all you do to realize this dream. I will end by quoting Desmond Tutu. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's these little bits of good put together that will overwhelm the world. And now I'll hand it back to Laura, who will announce our annual awards.
Thank you, Bart. It's always an honor to announce this next set of awards. There are so many agencies, businesses, and individuals doing remarkable things in our community. Thankfully, we get the opportunity to shine the light on some of those folks this time of year. The United Way Partner Agency of the Year is the agency that displays a commitment to the community and United Way of West Florida. The agency demonstrates use of organizational planning and collaborative partnerships to effectively and efficiently create positive impacts on the community. I'm pleased to announce that the Partner Agency of the Year this year is Feeding the Gulf Coast. The need for food skyrocketed in March of 2020 when businesses began to shut down at the start of the pandemic. Feeding the Gulf Coast established new partnerships and delivery methods in the face of supply chain and transportation issues, intent on getting food to households in need. In September, they were met with yet another challenge when Hurricane Sally tore through the region. Families already struggling with the economic effects of the pandemic were hit again by the hurricane, and other households joined the ranks of those in need of food. Feeding the Gulf Coast exhibited a great commitment to its mission and to our region during a very difficult time. Thank you for your service to the community and for your partnership with United Way. The Distinguished Business Partner of the Year works tirelessly in support of the community in tandem with United Way and the community at large. It shows outstanding corporate responsibility or conscience through meaningful contributions to the local health and human service community. It is my pleasure to announce that this year's winner is International Paper. International Paper and its local affiliate, the Pensacola Mill, is a national company focused on the transformation of renewable resources into recyclable products that people depend on every day. Locally, IP has approximately 450 employees and has been a part of our community since 1941. Our partners at the Pensacola Mill engage generously with the community, volunteering with Day of Caring and Stuff the Bus. They also are the funding partner for 5 of the local Born Learning Trails, which is a United Way worldwide initiative and has been since 2005. Born Learning Trails are a series of 10 interactive signs that offer fun, active learning activities for young children and their families. Additionally, in the stress and uncertainty of the last year, the employees of International Paper continue to be among our most generous when participating in our workplace campaign. It is with gratitude that we recognize International Paper, the Pensacola Mill, as our Business Partner of the Year. The United Way Service Award winner is a community-minded individual who has distinguished himself or herself through diligent and exceptional service. This award honors those who have given unselfishly of their time and efforts toward furthering essential impacts with little or no public recognition. Todd Phillips, manager with Navy Federal Credit Union and United Way of West Florida board member, is this year's winner of the United Way Service Award. Todd served last year as the chair of the Community Investment Committee. This committee is very busy during a normal year, but during 2020-2021, the committee's responsibilities increased exponentially. This is the committee that oversaw the COVID-19 and Hurricane Sally response funds, as well as the annual community investment grants process. Despite the unique challenge of working remotely and being stuck on the other side of the bridge, Todd stayed actively involved. He is exactly the get involved and get it done kind of board member we need. Todd is always willing to help wherever he is needed and exudes a positive approach to life, regularly responding to the question, "How are you doing?" with "Living the dream." What many of you may not know is that Todd has his own cooking show. Well, if you count helping his Navy Federal team and the United Way staff stay engaged by sharing some special recipes via Zoom. Congratulations, Todd. You are well deserving of the United Way Service Award. The RAYELL Irish Color a Brighter World Award was established in 1994 to memorialize RAYELL's commitment to people living in poverty and to honor a social work professional whose service best exemplifies RAYELL's spirit of caring for those less fortunate. We are pleased to announce that this year's winner is Jessica Ayers, the Retreat Director for the Council on Aging. Jessica built strong relationships with businesses and organizations last year, resulting in numerous improvements to the center. She works hard to develop a close relationship with program participants and their family members, trying to find meaningful ways to support the individual and their family. This has resulted in new programming, including a music therapy program. When the center was closed for COVID, Jessica stayed in contact with the caregivers and participants of the center. She established COVID protocols and sought out activities to support the center post-Hurricane Sally. The individual who nominated Jessica said that, I quote, "She cares deeply about the mission of the center, its participants and caregivers. Jessica displays that care, concern, and commitment each day through her efforts to maximize the opportunities for making the center an experience that will benefit participants. She truly represents what RAYELL Irish was about, making the word and our community a better place for those less fortunate and for those suffering from the frailties of aging." Congratulations, Jessica. The Distinguished Community Service Award goes to an individual or group that has demonstrated dedicated service to the community as exemplified by significant leadership and activity in relation to United Way, health and human service agencies, and civic activity that furthers the health and well-being of the community. This award represents the highest honor the Board of Directors can bestow. The United Way of West Florida Board of Directors is pleased to posthumously present the Distinguished Community Service Award to Fred Levin. Fred Levin was a long-standing donor to United Way of West Florida and a member of the Tocqueville Society. His commitment to the community's health and health care, to education, justice, and equality are evident through both his work and his philanthropy. According to an article by Sandra Averhart of WUWF, the legislation that he helped author, which resulted in the largest legal settlement against big tobacco, has been credited with saving the lives of thousands of people each year by reducing smoking. During his lifetime, Mr. Levin donated more than $35 million to universities, nonprofit organizations, and hospitals. His generosity benefited not only the local community, but many other communities and lives across the country. In recognition of Mr. Levin's impact on the lives of many in our community and beyond, we are pleased to honor him with this Distinguished Community Service Award. 2020 threw us so many curveballs. I, for one, was glad to see it in the rearview mirror. Then, a third surge of the pandemic derailed our efforts to return to normal. As difficult as it is to return to masking, social distancing, and other mitigation measures, it's what we must do to keep our family, friends, co-workers, the community, and ourselves safe. When we come together, especially in times like these, when we live united, we can achieve so much more than if we try to solve our problems by ourselves. Thank you for all the ways you have joined us to improve our community. No contribution of time or money is too small. In fact, it will have a ripple effect that you cannot possibly imagine. As we enter our 97th year, we look forward to continuing these partnerships, establishing new ones, and working with you to ensure an equitable and thriving community. And to quote Janice Stanfield, "I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do." Thank you, and have a great rest of the week.